It's actually my first time really being around one of my children as them being as young and, you know, really a newborn baby. And, I mean, it's a great experience. You know, I always wanted to be there for all my children, but there's always times where I'm in camp or I'm gone and I can't, or me and their mother are not together, so I'm not there every step of the way. You know what I'm saying? I come in, see him, and then I go back to where I go, and he stay. But now, you know, we got an in-house baby, and it's just, it's fun for me.
How is this different from a, you know, preparation standpoint? I mean, you're here now, but as Mike said, you're going to have to leave on Saturday. Is that going to be difficult?
I mean, it's definitely going to be difficult because, you know, just being there for my baby boy, you know, he know my scent now, he know my voice, and he's used to me, and I spoil him. So when I'm gone, he's gonna be looking for me, and I'm not gonna be there. But you know, these are things I gotta do, you know, to make sure he's living good.
How do you know he knows your scent? Talk about the interaction. Look at this guy. Look at the smiles on his face. Look at this.
You know, you know, he don't want to be held by a lot of people. You know, I hold him and I keep him. And chill.
Do you think that's going to change your mentality when you go into this fight? I mean, I know you've had kids before, but
definitely, I think so, because you know, of course, I do what I got to do for my children to make sure that they're straight, make sure that they're safe. But it's nothing like living with your child and seeing it firsthand. And you know, it's a growing up thing. You know, now it's like it's real. You know, my child's really living with me, and I really get a chance to show him every step of the way. You know, my kids now, you know, I show them a lot. You know, when I'm there. You know, my time is you know, used up. I'm out here. I got to promote myself. I got to do a lot of this. I got to do a lot of that. But with me being having a child that's staying at home with me, you know, I can teach him a lot more. You know, I can discipline him the way I want him to be, and it's just a better feeling.
How much did you say he weighed? And
he was 7 pounds. 7 pounds.
How many ounces?
7.05.
And what was his length?
I don't remember the length.
Right.
But he's a healthy guy.
Can't stop smiling. Look at this guy. I've never seen you like this. I swear.
He's a healthy guy, man. It was actually my first birth I ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, out of all my children, you know, this was the first one that I actually, you know, I was supposed to have been left, and preparation in DC and then go to Vegas. But I'm like, man, I gotta see one, you know, and it was a very special moment for me, and I cherish that moment.
What was that like? I mean, actually seeing the birth and everything, was that a shock for you?
I mean, the blood didn't bother me because the business I'm in, but to be there to witness and really see a woman go through that, you know, I tip my hat to them, man. They go through so much, and just to see my son, you know, he came out and he really didn't like whine. He really didn't cry that much. He was just like, what's up?
Mind us knowing who your fiance's name?
Miss Louis Bags. You know, everybody knows Miss Louis Bags.
Everybody knows Louis Bags.
You have a date for the wedding?
He trying to rush you. He trying to rush you into.
We're not rushing, but I know one day it's going to happen. You know, but right now, you know, we just taking it day by day, step by step.
What do you want for your son that, you know, the saying is you want your kids to have better than what you had, that kind of thing. What do you want for him?
What I want for all my children, not just him. You know, I don't want them to grow up and, you know, have to go through what I went through. You know, I don't want them to have to see half of the things that I seen. You know, not that you know, for me, I wasn't put in that position. You know, my mom and dad, they took well care of me. You know, they wasn't the richest family, but they made sure I had everything I needed. And once I got to an age where I wanted to do things myself, that's when I started to experience other things that kids my age shouldn't have been experiencing, and I don't want them to go through that. You know, I just got curious. Honestly, I got curious and stepped out there, and there it was, and I couldn't. It was no turning back. But for me, I'm gonna try to be on all my kids' back as much as possible, so they won't even have to think about the other life. You know, straightforward and keep the eye on the prize. You know, as happy as possible.
Now, Mike, this is going to kind of contradict kind of what you just said. Obviously, you're growing up as a man and being a father, but Mike was talking about you're still very young. You know, you've experienced a lot in the ring, but you're still very young, and he wants you to kind of go back to being someone who knows that he still has a lot of growing to do in the ring, a lot of potential. How do you juxtapose that with the Adrien that, outside of the ring, who's more mature, and go back to being the guy who's still hungry, who still wants to get that fourth title and achieve more in the ring?
I mean, it's two different places. Outside at home, I'm a grown man with responsibilities. I'm a man with 6 children, kids, babies that I got to take care of and make sure food is on the table and make sure they're doing the right things. But in that ring, I'm Adrien Broner, and it's more of I can't really say myself, but once that bell ring, it's me. And I know personally, from being in and outside the ring, there's still a lot more that I have to do. And I'm still hungry. My co-promoter Andrew Williams, he once said to me, and I never understood it. What are you gonna do when you're not hungry? When you full? You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, what? I blew off the question. I never understood it, and he actually just brought this up to me about a couple of days ago. He was like, yeah, you got a little full. And I was like, I probably did. But, I understand it now. I understand it, from being in the situations I was in, like losing for the first time, taking things for granted. I got full, touched a few millions here and there. You know what I'm saying? I got full, Stay hungry and stay humble and keep your eyes on the prize, Don't let go of that.
Seems like there's I don't know if you feel this, but you picked a spot that's not in your hometown, but you can still see it. Almost like a symbolism in why you chose this particular spot.
I chose this particular spot because, just like they say, I mean, you can take the guy out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the guy. I took myself away. I gotta always distance myself, but at the end of the day, that's what I need. To stay calm, to be cool. It's just some things you gotta have around. You gotta stay close. I gotta stay close because my kids are there. If I keep doing everything I gotta do, then one day I can move all the kids out. But for now, I have to be close to them, and I have to keep my family safe, and this is one of the safest places.
Is it difficult to flip that switch? Because I mean, obviously, we're at your place, and you're very toned down. You're with your child and everything, but soon you're going to go to the gym, and you got to turn it into beast mode, and go in there and do what you do. Is it difficult to turn that switch on and off?
It's not difficult. It's it's called appropriate. You know, what's appropriate for that moment. You know, every day I wake up, I'm the same guy, of course. But every day I wake up, I don't have to be about billions. You know, it comes family time. You know, my wife don't want to hear that shit out there. Excuse my language. Bleep that out, man.
We put $1 in the swear jar.
But you know, and you know, it's just appropriate times, man. But at the gym, you know, that's when I can let it out and let the stress out and just go all out.